Hey guys, what's up? I hope you're all fine and doing well in your life and in your career. Today here I am discussing about the Leetcode problem, which is problem number 704, which is of easy level and it's called binary search. So this problem gives you the fundamental understanding of what is a binary search. So before you know about binary search, you should know what is a linear search. Because without knowing the concept of linear search, you can't do the binary search alone. So let me just give you an overview about the linear search, and then we will move on to this problem, and the concept of binary search will be cleared as this video finished. So let me just first make an array for you. Just wait a second. Let's suppose like this is our array. So I am taking the example from our question for our ease. So let's just say that this is our array, and uh, each array have an index like this. uh, let's just imagine this array as a book. Suppose this is a book, and this book consists of a 6 page, and starting from the page number 0 to page number 5. I told you to search for the page which contain the number 9. So like it will be our target to search for the page which contain 9 and return the index and return the page number. In this case, return the page number which has the value of 9. So what will I do normally if this was a book? I would firstly go to the page number 0, which is index 0 also, and then I will search if this value is equal to my target. If not, I will move. Then I will again check, and if it's not equal to the value I'm searching for, then I will move again and again, and until I find out my value, this. And as soon as I found this value of 9, which is my target here, I will return the index. Note that I don't have to return the value, I have to return its index. So whatever will be our page number, I will return that. So this is how we do our linear searching. And I will break this program after I found my target out here. So let's just do this. So this was an basic understanding of how can you do linear searching in of an array. But in the case of binary search, things are different. Since linear searching can be bad in the when we have too much elements, because we have to go through the one. The worst case being that our element is sitting at the last or the second last or something very right, which we can't afford to do that, because like it will be very long process to do that. So what will we do that in the case? We'll take the concept of binary search. In binary search, we basically have three variables. One is start will simply be the first on the array, and second we have an end will be sitting at the last index, and then we have a mid. So as the name suggests, mid is on the middle. So in this case we have to middle this and this, and to find this, which we have to choose, we have to just simply do start plus and divided by 2. So like we have 0 on the start, and then we have 5 on the index, and then we have to divide it by 2. And simply here we found a point value, decimal value. So we will simply just write it as 2 since it's an integer. So this is how we found our index, which is 2. So this is our index of the middle, which is 2. So this is our middle. So we have to search with this this sort of things we have which we have given in here. So now I will tell you how we can do that. uh, just let me erase this, and I will do this. So this is our array simply. So our start, let me just write a rough code here for your understanding. We have a start which is initialized to 0, and then we have our end. uh, this depends upon language how you can find the end. So I am doing this in C++, so like I will just do this and use this function, inbuilt function called size, and so it will give me the size of this array which is 6, but I have to go on the fifth index, so I will just do -1. uh, and then the main thing is that I don't have to find the start, and I don't have to find the start and end. uh, I mean, I don't have to give the mid uh, on with the start and end before we start the loop, because then our mid won't be updated if I updated it without the while loop. So let me just show you how can I uh, implement this. Now we will start our while loop. While loop will execute when the our end our end is greater than and equal to start. So that means that our end our end won't exceed the array, so it will stay under the bounds of an array. So let me just write this in. So the main point is that we have to declare our mid and initialize it here. So the reason why we do this, so that our mid can be updated as our loop proceeds, because mid is not constant, uh, unlike start and end. I mean that start and end do change, but like it's not like that. It's, it plays a majorly role for that. Uh, just move on, but just this is it. We have to just note that we have to do this in the while loop, not with the start or end, so that our mid can be updated as our while loop executes and terminates, so that our mid would be in the right place, and we would find the mid element. We can say that we would found the index right, and we can return it. So this is how we defined our start is start plus end divided by 2. So let's suppose this is mid. Let's suppose this is an array. This is our start, this is our end, this is our mid as we found later. So imagine I said that our target was just 3, which is middle. So what will happen, that first it will check for the condition if num mid is equal to target, then just return mid. So what will happen now is that it will return me the mid, and my program will just execute here. So this is the very simple case. If the target is the mid, and we can just find it in the one iteration of if. So this is simple as that. So what if the target was not in the mid, but it was on the but we can say that it was lesser than the we can say the target was uh, more than the mid. So how can you explain that target was more than a mid? Like our mid is here, and our target was, imagine our target was 9. So what will we do? Uh, Else if target is more than the mid. So what we will do here is that we checked that is the target is equal to the mid. So it's not, then it will come in the else if condition and check for is the target more than the mid. So it is definitely. So what will we do here is that start would now be at mid plus 1. So that means that our start was here, but as we proceed, we know that our mid can't be here or either can't be here. So what we will do is that we would proceed start to the mid plus 1. So that mid was here, so our start now will be here, and this is our new start, this is our new end, and here we will find our mid again. So mid will be like this: start plus end divided by 2. So which would be like third index plus fifth index divided by 2. So like uh, this will be obviously this will be 4. So this is our mid. So we will again search for that, and as we search for this element, we would again go into the while loop, and we would satisfy this condition, and we will return the index mid, and our program will break here. So this was the condition if the target was more than the mid index. So what should we do if the target was lesser than the mid index? So just wait a minute. So what will we do here is that this was our mid, this was our start, this was our end. So what if our target was not 9 but our target was 0? So first we check into the whether it's equal to, mid is equal to target or not. So it's definitely not. Then we will go to else if condition. Else if condition will ask us for is this element more than the mid. So is this element of target is more than the mid index? So it's definitely not. Then we will have to give a else condition too, and we don't have to write this. I mean, we don't have to write this thing in this, because this is the last condition and we can just simply write it in else without giving it. So what if the mid was more than the target? So here we search for it, and it's not satisfying above both conditions, so it will definitely satisfy to our this condition. So this is like end would be equal to. So what does this mean is that our end would shift to mid plus 1. So let's suppose this was mid, so it will sorry, I write something wrong. Wait a minute. Yeah, this is right. So our end now would be at the mid minus 1, which would be here. So now this is our end, this is our start. So now we will find our mid index, which is start plus end divided by 2, now which would be 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1 divided by 2, which is approx 0.5, which is 0. So now here is our mid, here is the element we need to found, which is obviously which is now end. This is our start and mid is at the same place. So now we will search again and again in the loop. So we will search, is the target, is the mid target? It's not. Is the target bigger than the mid? So it is. So then our start will move to the mid plus one. So uh, our start would be now at the this is mid plus one, so our mid was here, so our start would be here, our mid would be here. Then it will again go into the while condition and again search for the targeted element where which was our index for that targeted element. So now it will satisfy this condition and we will get the mid. It's as simple as that. And what if we don't find any element into that, like what if I was searching for a target called 17 while it doesn't exist, then it will simply terminate us to then it would simply just terminate me to the return negative one condition like this, and our program will simply finished right here. So now I will tell you through the code like how would we do this on the Leetcode. So just wait a second.
Uh, so here we are going to solve our problem on our lead code. And as I told you in our intuition and approach, this is how we are going to do this. So I'm just going to write here our code, and I will not explain that much here because I explained so in the concept. So you just watch and see how do I code this program. I'm doing this because I'm using C++, as I told you. According to your language, you should have to change this, or you can change it according to your preference or the language you are using. Since I'm using C++, I'm using this function called dot size. So here we have wrote our main code. We have completed our while loop, and if the while yeah does empty, like if the we can say if the array is finished. Let's say if the array is finished, we have reached 12 and now we have to exit, and but we haven't found any element yet. If we found the element, then it will return from here. But if we haven't found any element, what would we do? We should have to return this because this says, as in the program, it also says that if you found the target, then return its index. Otherwise, return negative one. So we will simply return here negative ones like this, and it should be right. I think that this program should run. Let's see. I have already solved this previously, and this is done. Our test cases are passed. I have already solved out this problem quite a few times, but I did for the sake of this video. You can see the time complexity and workspace complexity also. So let's just submit it. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked my video, you can subscribe to my channel also, and you can share it with your friends. Also, have a nice day. Keep learning, and that's all.